Hey, coaches and consultants, how is everyone? It's Ann Carden here, and I am excited to talk to you today, part two of how to get all the great clients you want in your coaching business. Yesterday, if you didn't get a chance to watch that Facebook Live, hey, Chad, yesterday I actually talked about how to get all the great clients you want in your coaching business, but I felt like today I needed to take it a step further and actually show you how to do it by the numbers really. And this is the part of building a business maybe doesn't seem so sexy. It's not as sexy as marketing, and it's not as sexy as, all the money and the pricing and all of that. But if you run your business by the numbers, you will get to the goals you want to get to. It's that simple. So hey, yeah, Chad, let's get great clients. Chad, you're already crushing it. I know you are. So glad to have you on, Dave Green. So today we're going to talk about running your business by the numbers and how to get all the great clients you want. So here's the deal. For most coaches and consultants, they say, okay, I want to make this much money, or I want to work with this many clients, but they never really break down the numbers to see how to get there. And so as a result, they're kind of leaving their business to chance. Okay. And they're like, well, I'm just going to get out there and I'm going to try to get clients. And then hopefully I'll make the money I want and I'll get as many clients as I want. So I want to show you though, that you can be a lot more strategic than this. So, hey, Sherry Johnson, good to have you on. So you can be much more strategic, can't even say that, and you can actually break down the numbers and start doing this in your business so you can reach your goals. So I'm going to use the example. First of all, you have to know how much money you want to make in your business, because this is step number one, right? What do you want to get to? So I'm going to use the example. I'm going to keep it super simple because I know we have a lot of startup coaches, and I'm all about building multiple six figures, but today I'm going to just keep it simple and keep it at six figures. So let's say we want to build $100,000 business. Okay. This is first. The first thing we have to look at is how much are we selling our services for? So let's just say, I'm going to keep it simple. Let's say we're selling our services for, let's say $5,000. Okay. And this is why I also love high ticket, because if you're selling for 10, guess what? You only need $10,000. You only need 10 clients. Okay. So we're going to need 20 clients over the course of a year if we're going to make $100,000. Okay. Makes sense? By the way, type in, say hi, let me know what kind of coach you are. Let me know how long you've been coaching. I love to know who's on these lives, and I love to, or even type in something you want me to talk about. That would be great as well. So engage with me. If you want me to keep doing these, I need you to engage with me. So, okay, so we want to build a $100,000 coaching business for the year. Maybe you're a startup. This is a great goal. Okay. And then your goals, your packages are $5,000, which means you need to get 20 clients. Now, this is where you really have to do the breakdown. So this probably isn't something new to you. You probably already know that, right? But this is where it actually gets interesting, and this is where you can't leave your business to chance. So you have to have conversations with people if you're going to bring them in as clients, right? If you're going to bring people on as coaching clients, you are going to have to let people know what you do, and you're going to have conversations. So here would be my first question to you. How many conversations are you having a week? Okay. So this is the first thing. If you are not booking calls, if you are not having conversations with people and you are not booking calls, that's the first place to start. You need to step up your marketing until you start having conversations. All right. You need to figure out, okay, how many people do I need to talk to a week to get a client? All right. So let's just say you get 10 calls booked, or let's say you book 5 calls. Let's keep it even simpler. I'm going to keep this as simple as I possibly can. Let's say you book 4 calls a week. Okay? 4 booked calls. And let's say you close one of those for every 4. Okay? 1 out of 4 is how many you close. All right? That means that's $5,000. All right? So if you are booking 4 calls a week and you close 1 client for every 4, you're going to make $5,000 a week. Okay. That's $20,000 a month if there's 4 weeks in the month. And actually, you can hit your goal in 5 months. Making sense? Did I do that right? Should get my calculator out and make sure. I think that's right. Okay. Let's say, though, you only do this in a month. Let's say you book 4 calls in a month. Now, by the way, if you're only booking 4 calls in a month, you need to step up your effort. You are not doing enough. And most of the time, to be quite honest, this is the problem. Coaches are not doing enough. They don't have a marketing plan in place that is actually, hey, Kimberly, good to have you on. Paul, good to see you again, Fran. So actually, most of the time, coaches are not doing enough, and it's why they're not getting clients. They are not putting out enough effort. So if you're closing, and I'll talk a little bit more about closing ratio, but if you're closing 1 out of 4 people and you want to get to a certain number, you're going to have to make sure that the numbers are going to back up what you're doing is actually going to back up your goals. Is this making sense? Hit yes if it's making sense. So if you book 4 calls a week and you close 1 call into a client for $5,000, you're actually going to hit your goal in 5 months. Okay? But let's break it down and let's say you only want to make $100,000 a month. That means, hold on here, doing some math. All right. That means you need to close about 1.5 clients a month into your program to hit that number. Okay. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If you're not booking enough calls, that is a marketing problem. You're not reaching enough people. You're not reaching out to enough people. You're not letting enough people know what you do. And you're not attracting people to you to book calls. Okay. So that would be the first thing. Step up your efforts. Get your marketing plan in place that works, and then step up your efforts. So the more effort you put out, the more clients you're going to bring in. This would be first. If you're out there speaking, let's say you go and do speaking events. I speak every time, I get so many clients. And so I know it's a process I can use over and over again to bring in clients whenever I want. You need to find that kind of a process that works for you, so you can get clients whenever you want or need them. For most people, they're just out there trying to get clients. They don't have any real strategy in place. They don't really even understand the numbers. They don't know how to ramp this up. So all of a sudden, if I'm booking 4 calls a week and that's my goal, and I say, you know what, I'm going to book 4 calls a week. I'm going to put in enough effort until I can start booking 4 calls a week. And then I'm going to close one of those into a client. You're not ever going to want for clients, guys. It's just most of the time people aren't doing enough. They're not doing enough, and they never break it down like this to look at the numbers to see, what they need to be doing. They're just out there trying to get clients. And so it's kind of like trying to get somewhere without a roadmap or having any directions or any idea where you're trying to go. Making sense? Type in if this makes sense. Now, here's why it's so important to look at this, because if you're not booking enough calls, that's a marketing problem. I talk about it's an offer problem, it's a marketing problem, it's a sales problem, right? So if you're not getting enough calls booked, it's a marketing problem. Either you're not doing enough or you're not getting people's attention or interest, okay? That's a message problem. But if you are booking calls and you're closing 1 out of 4, what would happen if you could actually increase this? So now for every calls you book, or for every 4 calls you book, now you actually close 2 clients for every 4, okay? All of a sudden, for all the hard work you're doing, and you're not doing any more work, you're just getting better at closing. For all the hard work you're doing, now you're actually putting in half the effort to make the same amount of money. But here's the thing. If you don't ever look at the numbers, if you don't ever break them down in your business and say, okay, I need to be doing this until I book 4 calls a week. And again, you have to figure out for you how you're going to reach your numbers. Okay. You have to figure this out in your business. And again, everybody charges different things. And so you have to look at how much do you charge? How much do you want to make? You have to break that down. And then you have to actually figure out, okay, how many people do I actually talk to before I get a client? And then you have to decide how many people you're going to try to get booked. Okay. And then once you do that, once you start booking calls, you have interest. That means your marketing is working. That means your efforts are working. Now let's look at your sales and improve that, because then you're putting in less effort for more clients, right? It's much easier to get better at closing people than it is to try to attract more people. Is this making sense? And by the way, when you're not closing clients, this is a lot of money being left on the table. In fact, it's a lot of money being left on the table in most businesses, because they never look at their conversion rates. They never look at the amount of people they convert into clients who are originally prospects. Okay. Now, if your closing is not good, it could be one of two problems. You're attracting the wrong people, or you need to ramp up your closing. You need to get better. You need to improve your skills. Those are the only two reasons, right? So either you're attracting the wrong people, or you need to fix your closing skills or get those better. And then you can put in less effort, less time to build your business. So, all right. Let me know. Let's hear some comments. I mean, here's the thing. I said it's not sexy, right? There's nothing special about it. It's not the fun stuff, but it is the necessary stuff. Because if you don't track this in your business, you really are truly leaving your business to chance. It's like, just, okay, whatever will be, will be. Yeah. Well, successful people do not run a business this way. And it's why they are successful. Okay. Everything that can be tracked and measured should be tracked and measured. If you put out marketing, I work with small business owners too, right? So if you put out marketing, you have to track it. Is it working? If you're running Facebook ads, are they working? How much money are you spending before you even get a call booked? Okay. Or if you're putting out any kind of messaging out there, how many people are you reaching out to? Maybe you're doing outreach on Facebook, or you're getting in front of people on Facebook, or you're doing it on LinkedIn. How many people are you having to reach out to before you actually get a call booked? So let's say for every 20 people you reach out to, somebody books a call with you. Well, you need to reach out to 80 people a week, right, to get your 4 calls booked. And again, these aren't your numbers. These are just numbers for this. Hey, Mike McMahon, how are you? So you have to look at them though. And so it's not the fun part of business, but it actually can be fun when you really are strategizing and you're really driving your business versus just letting the business just happen. Okay. And so this is how successful people think. They track, they measure, they put these things in place in their business, and then they know where they need to improve. They need to know, or they are able to see where they need to ramp things up. They're able to see where the gaps are. They're able to see where their weaknesses are, and all those things. Well, if you don't ever track and measure anything, number one, the likelihood of you getting to your goals is going to be very small. But number two, you're really selling yourself short, and you're really holding yourself back, and you're leaving a lot of money on the table. So track the numbers and run your business by the numbers. And I don't care if you're a startup. I don't care if you've been in business for 20 years. It doesn't matter. The numbers don't lie. And when you can track and measure something, now you can actually make changes to what needs to be changed to get to your goals. So I hope this makes sense. Throw some comments in there. I want to know. I know this was not the really super fun stuff, but like I said, it is fun when you start tracking it and you start actually seeing what's happening in your business versus just like, okay, well, I hope I'll get a client this week, or I hope I'll get a client this month. No, you have to put in the effort, right? You have to put in the effort. So what do you guys think? Sherry says makes sense. Awesome. I'm glad. And it doesn't matter, again, what kind of business you run. These same things apply. When I go in and start working with small business owners, a lot of times we have to put in tracking systems, tracking for their marketing and tracking for their employees and tracking. I mean, we track everything. Again, what you can track and measure, you can manage, right? And you can make shifts. So it's super, super important. So if you've never done this kind of thing in your business, if you've never broken down the numbers, if you've never tracked, you can do it on a spreadsheet. Just do an Excel spreadsheet and track, okay, how many people did I reach out to today? What happened? And then if you didn't get the results you want, okay, maybe I need to tweak my messaging a little bit, or maybe tomorrow I will double what I'm doing and I'll see what happens. And so it's all it's all, you have to just do it and keep tweaking and keep shifting and keep doing and keep tweaking until you find a process that's working, and it works every time, and you can depend on it and you can count on it. And when you can do this in your business, it is amazing, right? Because now you don't have to worry. Like if I was like so desperate for a client, I'd just go out and I would just set up a seminar and I would just speak, because every time it's dependable. I get clients. Okay. If I wanted to, I mean, there are many ways I do this, but speaking is one of the things I love. And so it is a very fast way to get clients. And so if you do this and this, now you've got a rinse and repeat process you can use over and over again. So let's say speaking is how I'm going to get my clients. And by the way, these things are online or offline. There's no, it will work either way. Couldn't think of what I was trying to say there. So if speaking is the way I get my clients, and I know every time I go out and speak, I pick up 2 new clients, and I want to get, 4 new clients a month, let's just say, well, I need to do 2 speaking engagements a month, or I need to shift and tweak my speaking until it becomes better and better and better. And now I can close 4 clients with 1 speaking engagement. So makes sense? Makes sense. So you can apply this to anything you're doing. Let's see what we have here. Hey, Lynn, I used to track and just got out of the habit. Okay, so how's that working? All right, go back to that, Lynn, because it does truly make a difference. And again, guys, it really is the difference in driving your business and just allowing your business to just whatever will be, right? If you want to build a really successful, sustainable business, you can't just leave things to chance. You just can't. It doesn't work that way. That's where you will always have the ups and downs. That's where, now, sometimes when you're doing new things in your business might backslide a little bit. I've had that, where I've tried to implement something new and I maybe gave up a little bit of what I was already doing to kind of get this going and get this implemented. And so those things, excuse me, can happen sometimes. But as long as you're aware of them and as long as you know why that's happening, and it's not just out of the blue, all of a sudden you don't know why you don't have any clients, as long as you're aware of that, then you can fix it, right? You can say, well, no worries, because I know how to get clients. I know how to go get them. Lynn says it's not working. I'm leaving things to chance too often. Right. Oh, hey, Dave, good to have you on. Yes. So, I mean, here's the thing. It doesn't work. It doesn't. We can kid ourselves, right? But at the end of the day, it doesn't work. It truly is leaving your business to chance. And it's really not running your business responsibly. I'm just going to say that. It's not running your business responsibly. Okay. If you truly want to be a business owner, then you have to understand these things and you have to implement these things. And let's face it, they're not the sexy things. They're not the fun things, but they are the fundamentals of business. So if you don't like this part, you probably shouldn't be a business owner, right? Because this is what is required to have a successful, not just successful, but a sustainable business. And when I talk about building a great business, I talk about a business that you can do years into the future, right? And it's predictable, and you know what your income's going to be every month, and you can continue to grow your income month after month. And here's the other thing. When you do the things I talked about, all the things I just erased, now you can actually, this is how you scale. This is how you ramp up your business. Okay. So once I get everything working well, and I know that if I go out and speak, I'm going to get 2 new clients. I'm just using this as an example. And I decide, okay, I want to do more, right? I want more clients. Now I can obviously improve my closing skills. So now I can close 3 clients every time I go and speak, or I could do more speaking. So maybe I decide I'm going to speak once a week. Okay. So 4 times a month, not a big deal. Go out and speak 4 times a month, and I'll bring in at least 8 new clients a month. And this is how you ramp up a business. This is how you can scale. So you have to have a system that's working and is predictable. But if you don't track it, you'll never be able to fix it. You won't be able to make the tweaks and the shifts that you need to make. And it's why a lot of coaches are out there just flailing around. It's like, hope and pray. And I don't know if you've ever heard this, but I use this saying a lot. Hope is not a business strategy. Okay. What I'm teaching you are real strategies that you can implement into your company, and you should be implementing them into your company. Anything outside of this, you're probably kind of running your business like a hobby. Okay. And hobbies come and go. You don't want your business to come and go. So throw in some questions. What can I answer any questions for you? If somebody would like me to actually break down their business, you can throw some stuff in there for me, and I'll be happy to do a case study here and break down your business. So how much money do you want to make? What are you charging for your services? And I'll be happy to actually break that down and we can look at it. So any takers? Anyone? These are the things I do when I work with coaches, when I work with any business, by the way, is we look at all of these things and we implement these processes and these systems into their business so they can continue to fix their business. Okay. So a good example of this is people are out there, I working with small business owners also, they're out there spending all this money on marketing, right? I mean, they're spending a fortune on marketing, but they don't know if it's even working. And so they just keep spending all this money on marketing and they don't know if it's working. And so when I help them actually implement a process, here's what happened with one of my clients. He was spending a ton of money a year, over $100,000 a year on marketing. And we looked at the return he was getting. Now, they actually did have a tracking system, but they didn't do anything with it. So they tracked it, but they never made shifts or did anything to fix the marketing. So we looked at what was happening and we saw the return on his marketing. It wasn't really very good. So I helped him rework all their marketing, their messaging, all the stuff I do with everyone if they need it. And we were able to get him a 2,200% return on every marketing dollar spent. 2,200. So for every dollar he spent, he was getting $2,200 back. Now, here was the great thing. Not only did we do that, but we were also able to put $42,000 back into his pocket. So instead of spending the $100 whatever $1,000, his marketing went way down in what his spend was, and he was getting a 2,200% return, and he was spending less. But here's the thing. They didn't ramp it up because he couldn't handle the work. And so this is why this is so important. And it's so important for any business. You have to know how much you can handle for the money, you want to make. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? Every time you're sharing, I love to listen. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad it's helpful. This is just real stuff. Do you use LinkedIn Premium to see what results you are getting? I actually do use LinkedIn Premium or Navigator. I do. Yes. And it's an awesome strategy. It can definitely, I get clients from LinkedIn. But again, here's the thing, Dave, I'm just going to be completely honest. If you don't have your message dialed in, if you don't have the right strategy dialed in, if your offers are off, I can't, if you don't know who you're trying to attract, I can't go back to those, if you haven't watched those other Facebook Lives, I cannot stress enough. I've been sharing all the basics that have to be in place in your business. It's not about the tactic, Dave. It's not about LinkedIn. It's not about Facebook. It's not about running an ad. It's not about speaking. It's about having the right things in place. So when you are doing these things, they are working. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. And this is what happens for most people. Their message is off. Their marketing is off. And they're out there throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks, right? And it's why they're not getting any traction. You've got to make sure what you're doing first is going to attract people, is going to be the right thing. So unless you know that for a fact, you're just going to be spinning your wheels, and none of these things are really going to work, okay? Because you're going to kill yourself trying. So you've got to get those things dialed in first. You've got to get the fundamentals of business dialed in. If you don't want to just burn up time, burn up money, burn up effort. I'm not sure that's what you wanted to hear, but look, I'm a business consultant, right? And I'm here to help people be successful. So I'm going to give it to you straight. And sometimes, that rubs people the wrong way. I'm sorry. I didn't make the rules. Okay. I did not make the business rules. This is the way it is. If you want to be successful, these are the fundamentals and the things you have to have in place. It's just a fact. Okay, keeping the tracking system simple with no need to CRM. Do you agree? Here's the thing. Your CRM is really different from your tracking system for what your effort is. So your CRM is when you, I mean, there again, you can track all of those things. Everything that can be tracked and measured should be in your business. So you can keep improving what you're doing. Okay. But your CRM is how you're staying in front of people. It's not the same necessarily as what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Excuse me. My throat gets real dry. It's not the same as what you're trying to do on a day-to-day basis. So, if your marketing effort is speaking, or your marketing effort is LinkedIn, or your marketing effort is Facebook, again, how many people are you connecting with? How many messages are you sending out to people? How much activity are you doing to try to get that productivity coming back to you? Okay. Does that make sense, Sherry? I hope that was helpful. I hope that makes sense. Does Facebook have an equivalent? Oh, Dave says, okay. So you're talking about like LinkedIn having a like a navigator or the premium services. I don't think so. I know a lot of people use Chatbox, but I can't stress enough. It's not about that. It isn't about that. I have a VA that helps me. So I have a virtual assistant that does my process, and they connect with the people and they send the messages and they do all of that. And so I have someone that helps me do that. I don't personally do that in my business for myself. Not that I'm not involved. Obviously, if people message me back and they want to talk and they want to have a call, I certainly am in there and I'm involved. But for the basic strategy, I have a VA that helps me do that. But here's the thing, if it's not working and we track everything, we make shifts, we make tweaks. We really figure out, okay, what can we do different? What needs to change? And so there's always testing. There's always testing. How can we make this better? Okay, great. This is working. Now, how can we make this better? But see, if we don't ever track it, we don't have a clue. Okay. I have no idea what's working. I don't know how many messages they're sending out a day. But I do know those things because we track those things. Dave says about the offer. Okay. Not sure what you're asking there, Dave. I hope I answered your questions about that. But guys, here's the thing. It's not about the tools. It's not about chatbots. It's not about Facebook ads. It's not about LinkedIn. It's about using the right strategy with the right message that's going to get people coming to you. That's the purpose of marketing. It's to get a lead. It's to get a quality lead. That's the purpose of marketing. Now, a lot of people would say, oh, the purpose of marketing is to build your brand. That comes with it, but you should not market to build your brand. You should market to get leads. You should market to get people interested in what you do and your services. And then as you're doing those things, your brand will build. Okay. So don't just go out there and market to build your brand. That's a waste of time. Sherry says, yes, that makes sense. Dave says tracking. Dave, okay. Hold on. Let me see. I think I'm missing something here. Let's see. Did you get a VA before you had clients or after? Chicken and egg. Yeah. It really boils. First of all, a VA is not going to help you if you can't get clients and you don't have the right things in place to get clients. A VA is not going to help you because you're just going to give the VA a broken process. Okay. So you've got to get a process working first. So in that response, Dave, I would say if you're going to have them do marketing for you, and you've got to have a strategy that's going to work where it's dialed in and you know it works. And now you just need somebody to do the work. Okay. You don't have the time to do the work. You just want to onboard the clients. So in that response, I would say, don't get a VA until you have a working marketing strategy or process. You know where your clients are. Number one, are your clients on LinkedIn? Is that where you can find them over and over again? Are your clients on Facebook? Are your clients out at speaking? Can you get to them speaking? Can you get to them networking? There's multiple ways, but you have got to know who your ideal clients are, what you're trying to sell, and then you have to be where they are. Again, not tactics, strategy. Strategy, I've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks, is the who, right? Who are you targeting? What are you saying to them? What's the message? What's the offers you have for them? How are you attracting them to you? And then the tactics, the marketing strategy is the series of tactics you're putting together to bring them to you. It's like the steps. Okay. First, I'm going to connect with them on LinkedIn, and then I'm going to send them a message on LinkedIn, and then I'm going to actually send them to something else on LinkedIn to let them know who I am. And then from there, they can book a call. And so that's a strategy. It's a series of tactics. But if you don't have the right message, you're not clear on what you're selling, you don't have your LinkedIn profile optimized, you don't have all those things in place, it is going to go nowhere. You've got to, it's like putting the cart before the horse. It's like, I had this conversation, I have a client who actually did a sales training when she didn't even know what she was going to sell. And I said, okay, a little bit backwards, don't you think? I mean, wouldn't it make more sense before you invest all this money? And she invested a lot of money into the sales training. And I said, before you invested all that money into how to sell, wouldn't it have been important to know what you were selling? So it's very much the same thing. Don't put the cart before the horse, right? You've got to get the right things in place first, or nothing that you do is going to work. Nothing. Let's see. Dave says, it seems like it's about what you are offering. Dave, it's about yes and no. It's about who your clients are. What do they need? How are you the solution? How do you have that wrapped up into a message and into an offer? And then where are they? So you can go put that message right in front of them to attract them to you. Okay. And again, there's so many ways to market, you guys. There are so many ways to market. I can't even tell you. And all of them, most of them will work. It's just most people don't know how to do it. They don't have the right stuff in place. And so they're out there just spinning their wheels, trying all this stuff. It's like business owners throwing loads of money at marketing, and they don't even have anything dialed in that they know works. Paul says, I have 3 meetings set up this week, and business contentions that all. Awesome. Good job, Paul. Good job. Okay. So he's got a question. What would be the best way for them to promote me to their networks? Okay, Paul, that might be one where we have to maybe chat a little bit. Because it comes back down to, you want them to promote what it is you can help people do. Okay, so you want to really dial in. Again, it comes kind of back to your messaging. Dial it back in, and then who do you want them, who are they promoting you to? So that's another thing. Who are you being promoted to? And then, so I'm not sure I'm quite understanding, Paul, but let me see if I can answer this. Let's say, for example, all 3 of those meetings are different people. So one person would promote you to the medical profession. One person would promote you to attorneys. I'm just using this as an example. One person would promote you to maybe small business owners. Okay. So you've got all these different things. Now, the message that you are going to have them basically promote you with needs to be different for each one of those, because they're all going to have different things that are going to interest them. Someone in a medical profession is not going to have the same things that they want as a small business owner stuck in their business, right? And so you have to know, you have to dial in to what their problems, their pains are, and then how you are the solution to that. So I don't know your situation, Paul. So this is an example, but you have got to figure out, okay, how do I want to be promoted to these people? How do I want to be promoted to these people? How do I want to be promoted to these people? And whatever you're putting out there has to be the solution to the problems they have or the pain they want to overcome. Is this making sense? I mean, this is the basis of marketing. Find the problem, be the solution, put it in a message. Let people know how you can help them. Okay, what else have we got here? Paul, did that help? Okay. They're dealers and clients. Dealers for what? Not sure. And I guess here would be my question. What are you trying to accomplish? What they're promoting you for what? Like, what are you trying to accomplish with that? So again, it still goes back to, what are you going to be offering? What are the message? I mean, it's the same kind of fundamentals. What is it you want them to promote you for? So you've got to figure those things out, and it's got to be specific to your target audience. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Paul, if you have any other questions or you want to reach out to me, we can chat about it a little bit. But yeah, you have to think, guys, people are going to want different things. Okay. For example, I'm going to give you an example. A lot of I work a lot in the contractor space. I work with contractors a lot. They don't need marketing unless they're a startup. They don't need marketing. They've got more business than they can handle. They want other things. They want time back into their life. They want to be more profitable. They want to put more money in their pocket. They're exhausted. They want different things. So I have to speak to those things if I want their attention. If I'm trying to sell them marketing, it's like it goes back to trying to sell hamburgers to vegans. They're never going to buy. They don't want marketing. And so, that's the thing. People don't want marketing anyway, guys. They want clients. They want customers. That's what they want. They don't want marketing. So if you're out there trying to sell marketing to people, it's going to go nowhere. It's going to sound like everybody else, because ultimately what people want are customers and clients. That's the whole purpose of marketing. Making sense? Christopher. Hey, Christopher, good to have you on. So I hope this was helpful. Nobody was brave enough to give me their numbers to do my little case study on up here, but I hope it was helpful. If you didn't get to watch it, go back and watch the replay. It's stuff you really do need to know in your business. I highly, highly recommend it. And guys, I cannot say this enough. You can sit in here and you can watch these Facebook Lives, and I appreciate your feedback and I appreciate your comments and I appreciate that they're helpful. But if you do not go and implement them, it is not going to help you. Okay. I just have to say that. Okay. Paul says it's a hot tub manufacturer. They want me to help them grow their business, and many want out over the next 5 to 10 years. Okay. And don't have a scalable business. He wants me to help systemize the business and raise profits so they can sell. Awesome. So Paul, here's what I would sell. Great. So we're going to help you systemize your business, raise your profits. We're going to help you build a scalable business so that in the next 5 or 10 years, you can sell it. There's your message. Give them what they want. Give them what they want. That's simple. Does that help? Good luck on that. Close that deal. Okay. All right. So very quickly, guys, I'm going to throw this out one more time before I go. If you have any other questions, throw them in. Also, please give me some likes, some hearts. Share this with someone else in the group. Facebook will only show it if there's engagement. So it will just sit there dead if nobody engages or nobody likes it or nobody tags people or anything. So I need you to help me out with that, because I'm in here to help. So if I'm not doing that, I need help to be able to do that, right? So here's the thing. If you need help with your offers, with your message, with I hope that angry face somebody just gave me was an accident. Just kidding. So if you need help with your offers, with your message, with your marketing, with your pricing, with your sales process, if you need help getting a process that will work, guys, I have an upcoming program for startups if you're making under 5K a month. I don't know if I'm going to do this program again because I don't work with startups, for the reason being it's a lot of work. They take a lot of work because there's a lot that goes into working with startups. But I thought I had enough interest in here, but if I don't get enough people for the group, I'm not going to do it. It's got to be worth my time. I really, again, I work with higher level clients, but if you are interested in that and you are willing to make an investment to get all of these things in place and let me help you build your business and quit wasting time and money, you're leaving a lot of money on the table if you don't have this stuff working. If you're not getting clients, what is going to be different 6 months from now or a year from now? You think you're going to magically figure it out? Why not just work with someone and help you get this done? So if you are interested, I was going to start it tomorrow. I didn't get enough people. I still want a few more people before I say yes. I'll put in the effort to do this. It's a 90-day program. It's going to help you get clear on your offers, dial in your services. What are you going to be selling? Getting the messaging right, figuring out your ideal clients, getting the marketing piece right, the tactics. So if you want to be on LinkedIn and that's where your clients are and we figure that out, I'll give you the strategy to go and get clients on LinkedIn. So I'm going to help you with those things, okay? And then I'm going to help you close sales. So once you start booking calls, we're going to have a qualifying process. I'm going to help you put that in place. These are the same things, guys, I do with people that pay me a lot of money. And I'm willing to do it with a startup group but I'm not going, you're going to have enough of an investment that you're going to be serious, because I will only take serious people. If this is you, if you want into this 90-day program, and by the way, it's 30 days longer than I do this with my high-end clients. If you want into this, you will not, and I am not lying when I say this, I'm not one of these people that, does the whole scarcity thing. I will not offer it at this investment again. I won't. Okay. It may become a product or something like that, but I am not going to do it for this amount of money again. So if you want in, you need to let me know right away so we can get enough people in and get the group going. If I don't get enough interest in the next week, I'm not even going to mess with it anymore. Okay. So that being said, drop me a comment. I'll reach out to you. We'll chat about if it's the right fit for you. I have people interested, but I said, unless I get a few more people, I'm not going to do it. So you guys can let me know. But if you're interested in that 90-day startup coach program, it's for people under 5K to start getting clients, to help you get the stuff dialed in that I've been teaching for the last 2 weeks in here, then let me help you. Let me help you, and let's get your business going and quit sitting there spinning your wheels. That's crazy. Okay. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's get it working. All right. So that being said, drop me any more comments, any questions. Paul, did that help? I hope that helped. Did I give you a good message? That is my tagline. Okay. Do I know the cost? Yes, Dave, I will reach out to you and we'll talk about that. So I will tell you this, it's like a quarter of what my high-end fees are. So it's like a deal. I can't even believe I'm going to do it for this. I really can't. But again, I'm going to go a little bit more on volume and, try to get more people into it to make it worth my time. So yeah, Dave, drop interested if you are. And but I need some action takers, guys, because again, if I don't get it filled probably this week, I'm not going to do it. So okay, that being said, any other questions, throw it in. And awesome, I hope that was helpful. Thank you guys for being on again. I really appreciate it. And if there's something you want me to talk about, be sure to drop it in the comments, and I am here to help and support you. And I appreciate you being in this group, and I want it to be really valuable for you. But look, at some point, you're not going to get all of this. You're not going to keep getting free. At some point, you are going to have to make an investment in your business, in yourself, right? And get help with some of these things if you're not getting them in place. Now, if you are, that's awesome. Good for you. But if you're not, you can't just keep watching my Facebook lives and think things are going to magically change. Okay. So I want to just kind of caution you on that. All right, Dave, I'll reach out to you and we'll chat about that. So, okay, guys, thank you so much. Have an amazing day. Go crush it in your business. I know you can. I know you can do it. And keep watching the post. If I have time to get in and do Facebook Lives, I will. It really just depends on my days and what my schedule's like. So sometimes I'm putting them up first thing in the morning. Hey, join me for a Facebook Live. So keep watching the feed, and I always mark it as an announcement so you will see. So make sure too, you're really checking in with the group and seeing what's going on so that you are getting all this great stuff that I'm giving to you for nothing that I help my clients with. So, all right. Love you guys. Thank you so much. And we will talk tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. Okay. Bye. Have a great day, guys.